A lot of people assume that the difference between a professional 3D artist and a beginner is the quality of their work. But that's not it. It's the workflow. A pro isn't just capable of creating something great, they can do it consistently, today, tomorrow, next week, even half asleep. Wake them up, put a computer in front of them, and they'll still deliver because they've mastered workflows that streamline the entire process. And they don't just work well, they work fast. So today, let's check out some add-ons that will boost your efficiency and help you work smarter, not harder. Starting with the Housecraft generator, not even pros can make houses this fast. The skilled artist who put this generator together spent weeks, even months, crafting and designing a tool that anyone can use at any stage. It's hundreds of hours of work packed into a single project, yet to the user, it feels like they're generating a house in seconds. It's built on top of countless hours of preparation, research, modeling, and fine-tuning. All you have to do is make some extrusions, add loop cuts, swap out materials, and you've got a complete design. You can make it new and pristine or aged with damage, debris, and overgrowth, all with just a few settings. Yet the result still looks like it was handcrafted, piece by piece. Every artist needs a library of assets to build scenes efficiently without having to model everything from scratch. 3D scans, they offer unmatched realism, capturing real-world objects with precise form, structure, and texture down to the smallest details. If you want something to look truly authentic, 3D scans are the best option since they preserve imperfections, surface variations, and material properties in a way that handmade models often struggle to replicate. This Evermotion collection features over 60 high-quality 3D scans, each with high-resolution textures, making them ready for rendering right away. Whether you're working on architectural visualization, game environments, or cinematic scenes, these assets help you achieve lifelike results while saving hours of work. No need to tweak every tiny detail, just drag, drop, and render. Evermotion also offers another specialized collection, this time geared towards architects and environment artists who want to add detailed interiors to buildings without heavy geometry. These assets use parallax mapping, a clever technique that projects depth onto a flat surface, making it look like a fully modeled space without the performance cost. This collection includes parallax cards, simple planes with parallax office interior materials, allowing you to create realistic window views with minimal effort. The set covers a wide range of interiors, including offices, coffee shops, restaurants, retail shops, and more. It's an efficient way to add depth and realism to urban scenes, saving time while keeping renders fast and optimized. If you want even more parallax materials, because who doesn't want their materials to look more real, with depth beyond what normal and bump maps can achieve, then take a look at Easy Parallax. This add-on transforms your regular PBR materials into highly detailed parallax materials, adding an extra layer of realism without the need for complex geometry. With Easy Parallax, you get true depth and structure in your materials, making surfaces feel more tactile and visually immersive. Whether you're working on architectural renders, game assets, or cinematic environments, this tool helps push your materials beyond flat textures, giving them the depth and realism they deserve. If you want to be respected in this industry, you have to get better at presentation. You might be a pro, all right, but not a super pro. What's the difference, you ask? Presentation! Everyone expects a polished final render with proper lighting, but if you go beyond that, showcasing different views, shading styles, and unique presentations, you'll instantly stand out. A well-executed breakdown of your work adds depth, making your project more engaging and visually striking. This new add-on allows you to create a variety of presentation styles that would be impossible with Blender's default tools alone. Whether you want sketch-like line renders, blueprint-style visuals, or artistic shading effects, this add-on gives you the flexibility to present your work in ways that elevate your portfolio, product showcases, or client presentations. Speaking of presentation, the materials you use can either make you stand out or cause your work to fade into obscurity like everything else. High-quality materials add depth, realism, and style to your renders, but crafting something like silk, metal, or weathered surfaces from scratch takes serious skill and time, especially when working across multiple projects, as this industry often demands. That's why having a library like Materialic is a lifeline. It not only provides instant access to professional-grade materials, but also protects you from procrastination. Nothing drains creative momentum faster than the tedious task of making every material from scratch, especially when a single project can require dozens of unique materials. A well-stocked library like this means the difference between finishing your project today or putting it off indefinitely until you find the time. Speaking of procrastination, out of sight, out of mind. And that's exactly why you rarely see lens flares in Blender renders. Since Blender doesn't have a built-in way to add them, most artists don't even think about including them. But lens flares are a natural optical phenomenon in real-world cameras. And while we may not consciously notice when they're missing, our brains sense that something feels off, like the shot needs an extra touch, but we can't quite pinpoint what. So here is a lens flare add-on, which makes it easy and intuitive to add realistic flares to your shots, ensuring your renders don't feel flat or incomplete. With just a few adjustments, you can bring in that subtle cinematic effect that elevates your final result, making your scenes feel more polished and immersive. Another thing Blender artists often overlook because it's not easy or intuitive is physics-based object placement. You might not notice it at first, but once you start paying attention, even in renders from experienced artists, you'll see objects that just don't make sense. In reality, those objects would roll, tip over, or fall because they're not balanced properly. The quickest way to place objects is to simply move and position them manually, but this often leads to issues like object intersections, floating objects, or unnatural placements. This add-on makes it easy and intuitive to place objects using real-world physics. No more manually tweaking positions and hoping they look right. Just grab a few objects, throw them around, and let them settle naturally, like they would in real life. If you don't like the result, rerun the simulation or fine-tune individual objects. Either way, your placements will be far more accurate and believable, making your scenes look effortlessly realistic. Another add-on worth highlighting, because of how much it simplifies detailing, is Hard Ops. This one has been around for quite some time, and I'm sure many of you already have it. But this isn't just about introducing new tools, it's also about reminding you of the great decisions you've already made. Choosing Blender was a great decision. Learning it, whether through self-study or courses, was another. And if you picked up Hard Ops, that was yet another smart move. This add-on lets you add detail effortlessly while modeling without hesitation, because the tools you need are always just one click away. It streamlines the entire hard surface modeling process, making it faster, more intuitive, and more powerful. Simply put, Hard Ops is the best hard surface modeling tool available today. Another fantastic addition to Blender that you should absolutely pat yourself on the back for getting is the city generator. Because let's be real, there's no way you're manually modeling a city this detailed. And if you did, hats off to you, but at what cost? Your sanity? Your soul? With this add-on, for just a fraction of the effort and cost, you get an entire procedural city, complete with custom building designs, streets, traffic control, shops, and everything else you'd expect in a bustling metropolis. And the best part, you're not limited by scale. You can generate a city as big or small as you need, all while keeping performance in check. It's a game changer for anyone working on ArchViz, game environments, or cinematic world building, making city creation effortless instead of a painstaking grind. Similar to the city generator, the forest generator, made by the same creator, delivers the same high quality and support, making it a solid addition to your asset library. This tool is remarkably detailed, highly customizable, and fully scalable, allowing you to generate dense, realistic forests with ease. Each tree is crafted with enough detail to hold up even in close-up shots, so you're not just getting distant background assets, you're getting a full-fledged nature-building toolkit. You can clear specific areas to add buildings, pathways, or open spaces, giving you complete control over the environment. Plus, the materials and textures are of high quality, ensuring that the final result looks believable and immersive. Basically, just think of what the city generator does, but swap out the urban landscape for a lush, dense forest ready for anything from cinematic scenes to game environments and ArchViz projects.